Welcome back. You're watching Talk of the Town. We chat next with one of our news partners. Joining us right now is Eric Hewitt. He's the owner at Medicine Shop Pharmacy of Monona. Thanks for coming back to the show.
Thanks again for having me.
Now, this is an interesting topic you wanted to cover today. You wanted to talk about the differences and advantages of using an independent pharmacy, because there's a lot of choices when it comes to pharmacies for us.
There are, yes, and I think there's, you get bombarded with, the pharmacies on the corners, the big box stores, things like that. So yes, you're exactly right. There's a lot of different options, and it's hard to determine and navigate your way through what might be best for you as a patient.
So tell us what it means to be an independent pharmacy,
Sure.
as you are.
Yeah. So I own the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Monona. So that means I get to make all the daily decisions, good or bad, kind of a thing. I mean, sometimes it's a lot on my plate. But we're able to operate the way we want to operate, as opposed to having a corporate level structure that kind of helps dictate, kind of what they want you to do, that kind of thing. We can focus a little bit more on the patient themselves and the interpersonal relationships that we have with our patients.
Mm-hmm. Can you flesh out some of the reasons then, more reasons why people would choose one over the
Yeah.
other?
I think honestly it boils down mostly to service, and unfortunately we live in a world today that, you don't see a ton of that in a lot of different industries. And so for us, like I said, I think it's all related to customer service. We can get to know you as Janet, and here's Janet and her background, her, home life, that kind of thing, and what she has going on health-wise, and help her more specifically to treat you as a patient, as opposed to just a number or something that coming in. So I think service is the big thing. And then sometimes, honestly, it's more convenient to be at an independent pharmacy, because you don't have a million things to have to sift through out in the aisles out front, or it doesn't take as long to fill the prescription, because we're more focused on filling the prescriptions and the patients. So honestly, more times than not, it's more convenient to be at an independent.
Mm-hmm. I think in these days, a lot of us are ordering things ahead. We're just picking stuff up. We're not actually even really talking with someone much.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to your health, you'd want that person to have some knowledge of your background and what your situation would be.
Absolutely.
When it comes to your health, for
Yeah.
sure. Let's talk about costs
Yeah.
of prescriptions at the different pharmacies.
Sure, and this is a good point too. I get this a lot from people that will stop in, and they say, I'd really like to help with you or go with you guys, but what is the difference in cost? How much more is it going to cost me? And all those co-pays, all the money that you pay for your prescriptions when you come in, is set by the insurance companies. And most times, it's not going to matter. I mean, it depends. There are some exceptions, but most times, that copay that you have at your big box stores are going to be the same as the copay that you would pay at the independent pharmacy, because they're set by the insurance. So oftentimes it wouldn't cost you anything more, be the exact same price to come to an independent as opposed to a big box store.
So speaking of insurance, can they sort of dictate where you have to go?
Certain instances they can. Most times you have a choice. As a patient, we'd love to sit down and have you come in, and we can go over that with you. But most times you have a choice of where you go, and like I said, if the copay doesn't change, then it's really your choice of where you would like to receive your prescriptions.
Mm-hmm. So if insurance does, I guess, dictate where they have to go, maybe a mail order pharmacy or something like that, how does the copay process work?
Yeah, so again, it's set by the insurance companies, and unfortunately we also get questions of, my mail order, I can get it for $3 for a 90-day supply or a 3-month supply. Can you match that? And unfortunately, you can't match copays when it comes to insurance companies, because again, they're setting that. I can't discount the copays. I can't match something from another pharmacy. I have to go with what they do. If I try and vary from that at all, it's actually insurance fraud, because the insurance is expecting you to, charge the patient a certain amount as a part of their benefit. You can't vary from that.
Mm-hmm. If someone wants to find out if their insurance covers prescriptions at an independent pharmacy, how do they go about that? 2
ways, really. Again, I always advocate come in and talk to us. Love to see you. Love to sit down and kind of show you that customer service that we're hopefully known for. The second way, if you didn't have time for that, is there should be a customer service number on the back of your insurance card. All it takes is a simple phone call. They can pull up all of your benefit information and just say, hey, what would my copay at the Medicine Shop be? Right now I'm going to a different pharmacy, but what would it be at Medicine Shop? And they can tell you right over the phone without having to go through the process of transferring the prescription and then finding out that it's potentially more money or something like that. So
Right.
Simple phone call is usually enough.
Eric, how long have you been the owner at Medicine Shop?
It'll be 6 years and a couple of months here,
And
so almost 6 years.
But it feels like 20, probably.
Some days, yes.
Eric, thanks so much for coming in. And a reminder to folks to get your flu shot.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, we'll be back right after this break.